CZ friends, it's time to pull out the goggles and put on the swimsuits.
No.
Because it's time to make another splash on the newest and greatest episode of your Kingsport ChamberZone, the show that's all about your Kingsport Chamber of Commerce and our great home city of Kingsport. I am Bob Figgins with your Kingsport Chamber of Commerce. She's my good friend and co-host and lifeguard for the day, and most days she's always protecting me.
Haven't been for a long time, but yes, that's true.
Laura Woods with Care Centers Management Consulting, and if you can't tell by the little hints that we've said so far where we're coming to you today, well then take a look. We're here at Kingsport's newest and most beautiful venue, this very impressive center, the Kingsport Aquatic Center.
You can also just take a whiff, because I'm just guessing you can probably smell the chlorine from this beautiful pool that's in here. Of course, the Kingsport Aquatic Center is celebrating its 1-year anniversary. It just turned 1 year old in May.
Yes.
Such a great venue that we are so fortunate to have here in Kingsport. In the last year, get this, over 170,000 visitors to the Kingsport Aquatic Center. Let me say it one more time. 170,000 people came and used this fantastic facility that we are so fortunate to have here in Kingsport. We can't wait to tell you about all the successes that it's had in the first year, as well as some of the great things that it has coming up for the summer, when we have Angela Yingling, the PR specialist, on the show.
170,000, that's almost the same number of viewers we have for the CZ, so they'll get there,
Hey, just keep working at Kingsport Aquatic Center.
Well, the Kingsport Aquatic Center and all these kids here aren't the only ones making a big splash in Kingsport. As your Kingsport Chambers Tourism Program, the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau continues to bring thousands and thousands of visitors to Kingsport for conferences, conventions, and a number of sports tournaments. We'll tell you what all those visitors mean to the local economy.
And it's a busy summer at your Kingsport Chamber of Commerce, and Keep Kingsport Beautiful is taking advantage of all the activities that are planned. That includes a fantastic Saturday in the Gardens program that's coming up. It will give you an opportunity to tour some amazing homes on a private self-guided tour coming up in just a few weeks. And among those that will be featured, are you ready for this?
Yes.
Rotherwood.
Ooh.
I know, isn't that exciting? Rotherwood hasn't been open to the public in so long, and this will be your opportunity to do it. We'll have Robin Cleary on the show to talk to you about the Saturday in the Gardens event, as well as all the wonderful things that KKB is doing for the community.
Another fun ride ahead on your CZ, but before we dive into this show, Laura pushes me into the deep end here. Let's quickly roll with your latest Kingsport Chamber news and highlights.
It's appropriate because I always feel like I'm treading water with you.
We're so happy to be joined by our host for today's Kingsport ChamberZone. Angela Yingling is the Public Relations Specialist here at the Kingsport Aquatic Center. Angela, thanks for hosting the show today.
Yeah,
and
glad to be here.
Yeah, well, first of all, congrats on your new position here.
Thank you. I'm very excited. We've been here about 3 weeks now, so it's a nice place to kick off your summer.
Yeah, absolutely. That's not bad.
Yeah, it's a great summer job, so year-round job. And we have to say, first of all, that Laura and I are a little intimidated by having a real broadcast professional on the show
I'm a little
today.
nervous.
So,
Don't
be.
Any of my photographers would tell you there's nothing to be nervous about.
Well, we may just sit here and let you ask and answer the questions. So, but now we were out here a year ago when you opened this impressive venue, and I think it's easy to say that the Kingsport Aquatic Center has surpassed all expectations. As we mentioned in the open, more than 170,000 people have walked through the doors here. So if that staggering number alone is not enough to tell the success story here, tell us how well this place has done in its first year.
It has been a huge first year. You never know what to expect because there's nothing to look back on and say, a year ago, this is what we were doing. So May 17th was our first birthday. So 170,000 people came through this facility. And it's been just a huge success, a great addition not only to the community here in Kingsport, but also to the whole region. It really has become a regional attraction.
Oh, and it's always packed, when the weather warms up and people love coming here. Has there been something about this, though, that has surprised you the most as far as the public's response has been concerned?
It's probably been where the people have been coming from. We knew we would attract people from Kingsport, Bristol, Johnson City, that area. But we've had people coming up from Morristown. We've had people from Western North Carolina register for swim lessons to come up. Southwest West Virginia has been a huge draw. We've had a lot of Wise County visitors. So it really, that's the most surprising part to me, is where the people are coming from, because this is a one-of-a-kind outdoor and indoor water facility, so everyone wants to come see it.
Absolutely.
Well, if someone has not seen this wonderful facility yet, has not had the chance to visit and partake in all these wonderful features here, give us a tour of the Kingsport Aquatic Center and tell us what we find here.
So this, of course, is our outdoor water park, which is a huge hit this time of year. I know Kingsport schools got out yesterday, so a lot of kids came to celebrate. But we have a family play area behind us. There are 2 awesome twisting and turning water slides. The ECU Lazy River is a huge hit. Many people want to just grab an inner tube and kind of float around. We have a lily pad crossing back there where you kind of step on some inflatables in the pool while you're doing something similar to monkey bars across.
I think Bob's going to demonstrate that in a little
That's right, in our clothes, yes.
Yeah, the good news, Bob, if you don't make it across, you can just jump in the water.
Okay.
So that's
that is good news.
So that's just the outdoor part. Inside, we have the 50-meter HMG competition pool, which is great for swim meets or if you want to swim laps. We have the Palmer Center Foundation warm water pool, which is nice if you want to maybe come and do some work. If you have an injured knee or an elbow or something that you want to just take easy, the water is great for that.
Right.
And there's also an indoor water facility for families where there's another slide and some water fountain spraying type things for the kids love to walk through. So both indoor and outdoor, it's a really great facility.
Lots of entertainment options available for people to come here, but as you mentioned just a minute ago, you also offer swim lessons.
Yes, swim lessons are huge, and you know the Red Cross just put out a survey earlier this week that about 50% of adults don't know how to swim. That's a huge number. Safety is our biggest priority here. It's our #1 thing here. So teaching people how to swim is so important, and it's great if kids start at a young age. That's great. But if you're an adult and you never learned how to swim, that's okay too. We do lessons. You can get a one-on-one lesson. You don't have to be in a group lesson with a bunch of little kids. You know, if you just, or if you're maybe getting ready for triathlon and you want to make your stroke a little better, we can do that. So that's a huge part. And the good news about swim lessons, it goes year-round. So if you are going on vacation and you can't make a summer session, come in October. We'll do swim lessons then too.
That's great.
In addition to the swim lessons, you also offer a host of other programs, aquatic programs, for people of all ages. So highlight some of those for us.
Our water aerobics are a huge hit. A lot of women come in the morning and they love to do water aerobics, and they're always in a warm pool with their noodles or their water weights. And it's such a great exercise because unlike running on a treadmill or running on the road, it's not hard on your joints. So it really allows you, if you have some muscle issues or arthritis, the pool's so warm, it makes everyone feel good once they've worked out. And I'll tell you what, after an hour of water aerobics, you'd be surprised at how many new muscles are working. So that's certainly a great addition.
And how hungry you are.
That's right.
I mean, not that I would know or anything, but yeah.
And we also have classes. If water aerobics isn't your thing, you could come to a kayaking class, or we have something called a Latin aqua dance. If you want, it's kind of like a Zumba
in the water.
Yeah, so that's neat too. And, you can learn to scuba dive here in a controlled environment, which is always nice.
Yeah, so those creatures aren't like swimming around here.
Or for me, like if you're kayaking and you roll and you can't get back over, at least you're not in the river. You're not.
That's right. Someone will flip you up and get you out.
Eventually.
So that's big. And then in the fall, we'll bring back our paddleboard yoga, which is neat. Paddleboarding has become such a big trend. This is yoga on those paddleboards. So talk about a new way to look at balance and position and breathing. So it's a neat concept.
I'd spend more time in the water than I think I would on the paddleboard in that one. Falling over probably. But you have all of these great things that you offer here and always great crowds, and so that means that you've added on some parking to make it more convenient when people do come here.
Right. The first year you don't know what to expect. So parking was an issue last year because so many people were coming to visit. Plus we share an awesome facility with the YMCA. So you have the Y members plus the Aquatic Center members and guests. And so we decided to add some more parking this year. There's now about 500 spots out there. The whole edge around the parking lot is all nice, brand new blacktop. Those are all the new spots.
And Angela, the cost to use the Kingsport Aquatic Center are very reasonable. I know you have day passes, you also have seasonal passes, so tell us about those.
I think it's the greatest bargain the summer has. I mean, for a family, it's $8 for an adult, $6 for a child. If you're 2 and under, you're free. But the most a family will pay for a daily pass is $30. So if you have 4 kids, the most you'll pay is $30. But I think the best deal is the season pass. It's $200 for the season. It gets you in now through September, which is nice because we'll open weekends in September.
Right.
It's still warm.
Right.
So that'll get you in. Plus, if you want to come year round and do the indoor pools and the outdoor pools, we have annual passes, and you can pay those on a monthly basis. So there's opportunities for everyone.
And then in addition to being a fantastic aquatic facility, you also offer a place where people can come here and have their parties. So talk to us about the party room.
What a great idea to have a birthday party at a pool in the summer. I'm a December baby, so I never got to enjoy that because I didn't have such an awesome indoor facility like this. But whether you have a birthday in June or January, you can come have a birthday party here. We have 3 great party rooms. And you could do as little as just renting a room and having your guests come in to as much as having us bring the cake and pizza and everything. So that's a great idea. Plus, if you have an event like a church function or a class reunion, or maybe you just have a really big family, you can rent the entire outdoor and indoor, depending on what you want to do, facility. So we'll do private parties Thursday, Saturday, and Sundays in the evenings from 6:30 to 8:30. And that's a great way to make sure there's really no line at the slides, and you can have the lazy river to yourself. And what a good idea if you have a big event coming up in the Kingsport area to rent this facility out for a couple hours.
Absolutely.
We could have our fan club out here, but those rooms are way too big enough to hold those 3 people.
There would still be no line.
I think the capacity is 1,500, so I don't know if all your fan club will fit in.
Oh, well, we can fit in the little room closet in there, I think.
They pack a punch, but I don't think they pack a 1,500 people punch. So.
Well, Angela, if we've not done enough on today's show to promote this great venue here, tell us where we can find everything we need to know about the Kingsport Aquatic Center.
Well, the good news is the Kingsport Aquatic Center is very social. We are on Facebook, we are on Instagram, Twitter. Our Twitter handle is @SwimKingsport. That's how you'll find us on Instagram and Facebook as well. We have a lot of information on our website. It's called swimkingsport.com. Lots of things, a know before you go section of some rules and some tips, things you want to know before you get here. Our hours, our calendar of our classes, that's on there. So a lot of information on the internet. And of course, if you can't find what you're looking for, you can always give us a call here at the front desk.
That's awesome. Well, Angela Yingling, congratulations on your new position. We're thrilled to have you here in Kingsport.
Thanks. I'm so excited to be here.
You're just doing a fantastic job here. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And thanks for bringing ChamberZone out to the pool. What a good way to kick it.
It's a tough job, but
I know it. Be careful what you thank us for. We may be back more often.
No, please come back. And if you get cold this winter, we'll go inside where it's nice and warm all the time.
Okay, absolutely.
Sounds like a great plan to me.
Thanks, Angela.
Thanks,
yes, thank you.
Well, the Kingsport Aquatic Center is not the only thing making a huge wave here in Splash in Kingsport. We'll tell you how tourism is making a big impact on the Kingsport economy when we come back with more of your CZ. And welcome back to your Kingsport ChamberZone on location from the beautiful Kingsport Aquatic Center.
Well, in addition to the thousands of people who like to come here and sort of splash around and have a good time at the Aquatic Center, of course, there are going to be lots of people who come into the area to experience swim competitions here at the Aquatic Center. And we also have a lot of sports enthusiasts coming to the area for national championships and tournaments. And that's in large part thanks to the great team at the Kingsport Convention and Visitors Bureau. And this man right here is the Associate Executive Director there, Frank Lett. Frank is, of course, one of the main players there at the KCVB. He is also a one-handicap golfer, according to Bob. Is that correct?
Yes, he is. He certainly plays like it.
I'm not going to ask you that so that you don't have to answer it and speak to its veracity. But Frank, thank you so much for being on the show today. KCVB just does a bang-up job, and of course, everybody recognizes you all for all of the tournaments and everything that you bring here. But let's just give everyone just an overview of the organization.
I mean, we're basically the marketing arm of the city. We our main goal is to attract overnight visitors and spend the night in hotels. But anyone who comes and spends outside money, basically from a 25 to 50 mile radius outside of Kingsport, that's just extra sales tax generated in the area that wouldn't normally be here. And our main goal is to get those folks here in town.
Absolutely.
And y'all do an absolutely great and phenomenal job with that, Frank, with all the visitors you bring to town. So tell us why tourism is so important to the city.
Well, you know, it's each Sullivan, the city breaks it out, or the state breaks it out by counties because of the 95 counties in Tennessee. But in those measurements, people save over $300 a year in their local taxes that they would otherwise pay if it wasn't for tourism. So if it wasn't for our efforts, you know, combined with the city leadership and the community, that would be more money people would pay in just general taxes. So it helps offset the cost of living here in Kingsport and helps as a sales tax generator.
Yeah.
And to follow up on that, we're sitting here at this beautiful facility here at the Kingsport Aquatic Center. So tell us what this venue means to the city and also the KCVB's efforts in trying to bring even more visitors to town.
But, it's a beautiful place to look around. It's great here. Great competition pool inside, the 50-meter by 25-yard pool. Helps us attract tournaments, swim meet competitions. We've recently attracted a couple of college meets coming to town. We've partnered with some local clubs, the Barracuda Swim Club and the Seawolves, to do some events here and help them with events that were already existing. But, in addition to that, it's just a huge benefit when we're doing other events. It gives people something to do. It's just another feather in our hat, something else to do, jewel in our crown, as we like to say here.
Yeah.
Of things to do, they can come outside and enjoy this in between games, or a little brother, little sister can come out, mom and dad can come out and get some sun. So, it's not just the competition part; it's the leisure part outside as well. And then in the winter, when it's cold and people want to get some laps in, they can come exercise and come inside when they're here from out of town.
Well, not to mention just the daily visitors that are coming from the entire region that are visiting Kingsport
absolutely,
here.
Yeah, from outside the region, inside the region, Southwest Virginia, down towards Knoxville and Greenville area. I know we're getting a lot of folks there, and up in the other side of Southwest Virginia, up towards Abingdon and Marion, folks coming down. So yeah, it's been great.
Exactly. Well, and again, as we mentioned in the opening, of course, everybody knows KCVB because of the tournaments and the national championships that you bring here to Kingsport, AAU tournaments, those types of things. So talk to us about what you have planned for the coming season and what all those visitors mean to us in this community.
So we've done those 2 AAU Wrestling National Championships already this year with well over 500 participants in each. Those were both 12 and under events. We've done 3 college baseball events, 2 conference championships in the opening round of the NAIA World Series at Hunter Wright Stadium.
Wow.
College softball conference championship, a men's and women's college basketball championship in the convention center at Meadowview. So we've had a busy winter and spring, and then rolling into summer, we've already done a couple of weekend baseball tournaments. We've got the USSSA World Series coming first week of July. And then, there's this little thing called Fun Fest coming to bring some folks in for the concerts.
Yeah.
So that pretty much just gets us through July, and then we start planning for the fall season. We've got some more college conference championships coming, and just roll into fall and winter and start over again.
Every time I come by the chamber, I see you and the crew headed out the door going someplace because you've got another tournament or sports something to go to and make happen, and you just do a great job with it.
I know, so many events, so many tournaments, and of course, Frank, that means tons of visitors from all over the country, thousands of visitors coming to Kingsport every day. So tell us what that sports tourism business means to our local economy.
Well, in 2013, just off tourist or sports events that we did, just the sports, not counting business, or leisure, or trade shows, we were a little over $9 million in economic impact to Kingsport. And we're working on a state coalition right now to kind of form a united stance across the state, because sports tourism is so big. We're taking an active role in that and all those economic impact numbers. It's interesting to see how we stack up across the state. We're doing really well. And the whole state's doing a good job of it, and hopefully we'll get everybody on board and have a bigger presence and continue to grow the business in Tennessee.
Well, and as you referenced, the income that is generated by the KCVB is not just based on the sports that you bring to town, but it's also in part because of the Bring It to Kingsport program that you all have. So tell us about that.
Correct. Yeah. If we were joking earlier about if you attend a trade show out of town or a conference and it's something you think we could host here at the Meadowview Marriott or in Kingsport, we'd love to talk to you about it. We have the ability to help you bring those meetings here. We'll go out and do the legwork and do all the work once it's here to get it here. And that helps generate more revenue and more lodging tax and more sales tax, and that's what we're here to do. So we'd love to, anybody out there who has a meeting or convention that they think they could bring to Kingsport, we'd love to help them do it.
And an important point to emphasize that you just mentioned is that all people have to do is give you a call and say, hey, I think the Tennessee Bar Association should host their meeting here. And basically you all take it from there. You will coordinate the hotels, and you will set up room blocks, and you will do all those things, help put an agenda together, just everything.
Off-site activities, dining opportunities, events at the hotel, any of that stuff that would make the conference be turnkey, we do that.
Absolutely. It's great. It's good stuff.
Well, Frank, if people want to bring their next event to Kingsport, or if they need to know anything else about the Kingsport Convention Visitors Bureau or tourism in Kingsport, where can they find all that information?
The easiest way is just to go to visitkingsport.com and contact us section. You can find all of our staff members there, or just give me a call and I'll get you to the right spot.
He is hard to track down if you're calling him on the telephone because he's always out doing stuff.
Yes, he is.
Just be aware. Leave a message. Leave a message.
Well, Frank Lett with the Kingsport Convention Visitors Bureau, thanks for joining us today, and thanks for the great work you're doing to promote tourism in Kingsport.
Thank you, guys.
The only thing he does better is on the golf course. So
and be on the show. I mean, he's a knockout guest
That's
on the
right.
show too. I mean, it's a ratings boost right there, Frank. Thank you so much for being on the show. When we get back, we're going to tell you how you can take a stroll through some of Kingsport's most beautiful gardens right after this. And welcome back to this edition of your Kingsport Chamber Zone on a Chamber of Commerce Day from the Kingsport Aquatic Center.
Well, if you love flowers or love to garden, or
Yes.
perhaps you just want to take a nice summer leisurely stroll through some exceptionally plush flower gardens, then you most certainly need to take advantage of Keep Kingsport Beautiful's upcoming Saturday in the Gardens. Here now to tell us all about this tour of some of Kingsport's most magnificent private home gardens is the director of Keep Kingsport Beautiful, Robin Cleary. Robin, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Yes, Robin, thank you.
Now, before we talk about the tour, the Saturday in the Gardens tour, and some of the homes we'll see on that tour, just give us an overview of the great work of Keep Kingsport Beautiful.
Well, Keep Kingsport Beautiful is a partnership between the Chamber of Commerce and the City of Kingsport, and we're also an affiliate of Keep America Beautiful as well as Keep Tennessee Beautiful. Got a program with a strong, rich history of having programs and events that support recycling and litter prevention, education about both of those issues, also promoting beautification efforts throughout the City of Kingsport through our Tree Fund program, through our Beautification Awards program, of course our Trash Busters group that works during Fun Fest. So in a nutshell, you can kind of see that we are about all things green and beautiful.
I need to brag on Robin for just a second because she just so nonchalantly kind of went through all those things that KKB does and the programs that it has. But it is an award-winning program, not only on the state level, but also on the national level. And this is a grant snagging machine right here. This woman knows how to get grants and is a fantastic grant writer, and of course has a lot of great data to go behind that in order to get those grants. So Robin, you just do a fantastic job there.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But the program without its volunteers and sponsors would not be able to do what it does.
Of course,
We've got a lot of great volunteers, across the age gamut. We've got them from a lot of really good youth groups that have gotten
From Bob's age to my age.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. So anyway, but it's a great program.
It is a great program, and as Bob mentioned in the intro, a big event that you have coming up, very popular event that you have coming up, Saturday in the Gardens. Tell us all about that.
Saturday in the Gardens is sponsored by Eastman Chemical Company. We do this every other year. It's a large fundraiser for Keep Kingsport Beautiful. We have 5 private gardens on the tour this year. We're very excited about it. Tickets are on sale now, have been for about the past week. It is just a great opportunity for folks that want to come out, whether you're just a amateur gardener, you're a patio gardener, you're a master gardener. There's a little bit for everyone.
So an added bonus this year is the tour of the grounds of the historic and famed Rotherwood Estate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rotherwood Mansion, we're excited about that. Dr. Tebow was very gracious in opening up her gardens on the tour this year. She's doing a lot of work there right now, so there'll be some really nice additions to the garden. The gardens and the grounds at Rotherwood, Rotherwood's very rarely ever open to the public. I think the last time that the home itself and the grounds were open to the public is when Junior League of Kingsport did a showcase home there.
Right.
And that has been at least 10 years ago, not 12.
Right.
And so this is an opportunity that you don't get very often on the grounds of Rotherwood. It will be an opportunity to get some amazing pictures. If you're there with your mother or your grandmother or your children, So, you know, we're very, very excited about that.
It's just going to be just a bang up lineup for these gardens. And so where do people get their tickets and how much are they?
Tickets are $20. You can get them at the Chamber of Commerce in our main lobby there, Monday through Friday. Hours are 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. We've got them on sale right now. Your ticket is actually a brochure that gives you a description of each one of the properties and everything. The addresses are on there. I suggest to most people to plug in the address in your GPS. This is a self-guided, on your own type tour. So you start where you want, you end where you want. Some folks will naturally have more interest in some particular gardens than others, so you can spend any amount of time you want, and we deliberately design it that way. Instead of being on a shuttle bus where you get on, you get off, you don't get to have as much time as you want. But you know, put those addresses when you get that. Get ready to start that day into your GPS, and it'll get you right where you need to go. Parking for all of the properties. We've got ample parking opportunities and everything. So get your tickets, get them early. It's on Saturday, June the 14th. The hours are from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. We will have master gardeners on site at each property to answer questions about, you know, you see plants that you're interested in. Would these grow in my yard? Would these grow in my garden? If it's a certain type of plant, an heirloom plant, where can I get these? So we've got our bases covered, I think.
When you learn so many great ideas and tips on how for your own home, your own flower gardens. And another great benefit, Robin, you mentioned earlier that the proceeds from the Saturday in the Gardens benefit the great work of Keep Kingsport Beautiful.
They do. This is one of our major fundraisers, and you know, it goes to provide the program with everything that we have to have to continue the program.
Robin, remind us again where we can get our tickets for the KKB Saturday in the Gardens, or find more information on Keep Kingsport Beautiful.
Well, on our website right now, the Saturday in the Gardens is on our website, so you can go there and pull up the flyer. We'll give you all the information on that. That is keepkingsportbeautiful.com. It's also on our Facebook page, so just search under Keep Kingsport Beautiful. Then we also, you can call at 392-8814 if you've got any questions. Be glad to give you a call back, and you can get your tickets at the Chamber of Commerce on Crunchfield Street in Kingsport from 8 until 5 Monday through Friday for $20.
It's a great deal. And Robin, Clary, you are just a great person with all that you're doing with KKB and this fantastic program, the way it just flourishes. We really appreciate you're taking the time, because it's obviously busy for you right now, to come on the show, tell us about these wonderful things.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you all taking the time to have me again.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Robin. And there's more of your CZ from the Kingsport Aquatic Center right after this. Well, as you can tell, it's gotten crowded out here as more and more people are pouring into the Kingsport Aquatic Center.
I'm jealous.
School is out, I know it. Kids are here enjoying the ECU Lazy River and all the pools here and the slides at the Aquatic Center, and I'm jealous too.
They didn't come out to see us.
I know it. No one's coming around us. They bypass us to get in the water.
I don't get it.
Hey,
I mean, we blend in.
I know. For good reason, because this is a magnificent facility here at the Kingsport Aquatic Center. If you've not been, then this is the summer place to be for you and your family. We want to thank the great team here at the Kingsport Aquatic Center for hosting us today and for the great job they're doing for our city, and the great team at Charter Media for the great job they do for the CZ.
How many more greats can we fit in there? I mean, there are plenty more people who deserve it.
Well, let's talk about us, then we won't have to use that word.
There you go. There you go. We also want to remind you that to find out what's going on in Kingsport, you can always check out the Kingsport Chamber's website, kingsportchamber.org. If you're feeling social, they are as well, so you can like them on Facebook, you can follow them on Twitter, and of course, you can always just watch us here on the Kingsport ChamberZone.
And if you love beautiful days and beautiful gardens, then don't forget to get your tickets for Keep Kingsport Beautiful's Saturday in the Gardens. That is Saturday, June the 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. About 5 beautiful Kingsport homes, including the Rotherwood Estate. You can get your tickets at your Kingsport Chamber of Commerce.
Also, it's going to be a busy week for your chamber that week, because on Friday, June the 20th, the Fun Fest store opens. It will be open from 9 to 6 weekdays and from 8 to 1 on Saturdays, and will be closed on Sundays. And of course, that is located at the Kingsport Chamber of Commerce, 400 Clinch Field in Kingsport.
We'll have a CZ from there, right, as the store opens.
Yeah.
And also coming up, it's a busy summer in Kingsport, as it always is. The Mack Riddle American Legion Independence Day Parade set for Friday, July the 4th at 10 a.m. on Center Street. So to enter, just call your Kingsport Chamber at 392-8800 if you'd like to be a part of the parade.
Some great stuff coming up.
Yes,
It'll be good.
Absolutely. Till our next CZ together, we are Bob and Laura reminding you to please be loyal
and buy local. Have a great week. Enjoy the lazy river.